Quite sunny today here in Pattaya. I think I'm going to go to work. So I will get a tuk-tuk to go to work here in Pattaya. Le Pub, Rujak Le Pub, mate? Oh, this guy knows. Okay, that's where I work. And don't forget, before you get into any tuk-tuk, it's a little bit of a tip for you from Mr. Egg. Before you get into a tuk-tuk here in Thailand, always make sure you negotiate the Did I negotiate the... Oh, or you might get ripped off. On the way to Le Pub, the one and only Thailand's Le Pub. Can't wait. Whoops. And maybe I've had too many knocks on the head because I don't seem to remember this road at all. You know, any kind of infrastructure program or building project in Pattaya really takes a very short amount of time, so maybe they built this overnight. You never know. Just over the railway line. Yes, they seem to have built a railway quite recently, actually. But there you go. People mocked me when I said that the high-speed railway will be built in a few years. But you're not laughing now, are you? Ah, the pub. This looks a bit strange. It doesn't look like. Excuse me. Yeah. How much is that, please?
150
150
ครับ
โอ้ลดน้อยได้ไหม
คุณให้ผมเท่าไหร่ฮะ
ร้อยเดียวได้ไหม
120
120 baht. So don't forget, folks, always make sure you know how much it's going to be, or you might get ripped off by the tuk-tuk driver. There you go, sir. Kakumakap. Okay, thank you. Here we are in Pattaya, Thailand. Wait a minute. Well, I think the food service has definitely gone up lately. Sunday roasts now here in Le Pub. Fantastic. Let's pop inside and see all my staff. Can I have the Scotch egg, please? This is Le Pub, yeah? Scotch egg? No, I got this from the internet. No? This no, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, this menu here. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Liver and bacon, please. Poor girl. Okay, so you've seen through the joke. We're not actually at Le Pub in Pattaya, the only pub in Thailand. We're actually here at Le Pub in Hua Hin. So I ordered the liver and mash, and my cameraman ordered a Thai dish. Came really quickly, and it looks delicious. I've got to say, this place is really clean, very modern looking, and I'm looking forward to eating this because I'm starving. So that was fantastic food, and we're at Le Pub Hua Hin withผู้จัดการ which means manager in Thai. คุณโจ สวัสดีครับ So nice, very nice food. อร่อย Very nice, yeah, thank you. The name from Le Pub, you don't know, you're not sure?
Actually, that my boss, he also like the name of the Le Pub, like in the French name, but however, our Le Pub actually is like a English pub.
Yes.
So we have like English food and also the atmosphere.
Sounds a bit like mine, actually. Yeah, very nice. And today, I was looking on your Facebook. Today you have ladies' night.
Yes.
So you have DJ.
We have the DJ.
And many ladies here.
Mostly after 9 o'clock, there we have some lady that go that come here and like enjoy the drink and also like with the DJ.
Because Kunjo, I am single.
So
I am alone.
That is the point that you can come here tonight.
Nobody love me.
But why not?
I don't know. You're more handsome than me. No. That's why.
so that is no money, no honey. Huh?
Oh, I've got money. Don't worry about that.
So there's no honey.
No personality, no honey. Okay, Kunjo, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Your panagnan, your staff as well, so polite and lovely bar. Maybe we'll come back tonight.
All right.
Look for a lady.
Okay.
Hey, wasn't Joe nice? That was really cool of Joe to do that little interview. We never told him about it, and he was great. And that is a place to be. It's a little bit quiet right now because obviously it's early. We got here early. Where should we go to eat? Let's go to the pub. So we've been here. Great place. Definitely worth coming here in Hua Hin. It's a very safe place. I always feel very, very secure here. You know, the pavements are very good, and you know, there's no way that there'd you know, be any nasty accidents or anything like that here. So always a bonus in my opinion. Oh, yeah. Oh, wonder why they call it shock price. Want to get a taxi? If only there was some kind of agricultural equipment or something that we could hitch a lift off. You know, that would be. Oh, wait a minute. Taxi! Last time I was here in Hua Hin was about 15-20 years ago. I used to come here as a tourist a lot, and I've got a lot of stories to tell, but not about this soy here, more about soy Bintabat round by the Hilton area. So let's get a taxi, go back there and take you back in the tunnel of time. This was the place where everyone used to come. This was the Hilton Hotel. Now, word has, at the time, I do remember when I came here, that they said that the bars all had to close at 1 o'clock because everybody used to have to come here. This was the only place that was open late, and the reason was it was run by the police. Shh, don't say anything. So that's probably still, it opens at 5 o'clock. I don't remember Soy Bintabat being this narrow, to be honest, but here it is. Now again, bear in mind, what time is it? 2:30 in the afternoon, so there's going to be nobody around. But as you know, on this channel I don't like shooting videos when there's a lot of people around, because I don't think it's fair to get people in videos who don't necessarily want to be in there. So we're going to have a look, walk down here. Now the word Bintabat in Thai, I think it's, I'm saying it wrong, it's Bintabat or something like that. Is the word that the Thais use for when the monks walk in a straight line when they're collecting alms in the morning, and they walk barefoot. And it's interesting that if you look, the cameraman goes to the end of the soy there is the temple. So obviously the monks many years ago would have walked barefoot along here, and people would have been offering alms in what I assume would have been little shops and market stalls along here. Of course, it turned into an entertainment zone. It was definitely buzzing, as in, I remember this soy. Wow, it was an entertainment zone, certainly 20 years ago, 22 years ago when I was here. So maybe they're looking at 20-30 years ago. I don't know when that was, but anyway, can't really get much of an idea about the soy now because it's obviously closed. I do remember getting here on Christmas Day 2004, and there was a bar just here. It might have been a Nice and Easy bar or the Sully bar just up here, and I remember it was the first time that I'd been to Thailand during Christmas time, and there was tinsel up and there was girls dressed as Santa Claus and they had hats on, and I thought, my God, what's going on? This is Thailand. Tinsel is all about, yeah, it was one of these bars along here. And I thought, you know, this is nuts. It's Christmas time and there's no snow or anything like that. So anyway, it was a bit of a wild one. But one of these two bars, they're still open, as you can see. And I do remember coming to the end here and doing a right, and you should come to an area where the infamous Paradise Bar is, where I met the lovely Ning, and also the place where I first stayed during that trip on Christmas Day 2004, and it was the London Bar. Let's see if it's still there. I told you that I came here on Christmas Day 2004. For those people who are a bit sharp, they'll remember that the very next day there was a momentous thing that happened here in Southeast Asia, the tsunami, except at the time it wasn't called a tsunami. In fact, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I was in that room right there, and I happened to have met a little friend, probably in the bar with all the tinsel in and everything, and brought her back here. And I remember being woken up at about 9:05 or 9:10. I can't quite remember, but I was woken up by this weird sort of vibration. I know what you're thinking, but you're wrong. And I looked up, and at the time there wasn't an aircon room, but it had a fan in the ceiling, and it was one of those that had a drawstring to turn the fan on and off and to adjust the speed. And I remember the drawstring was moving like this. It was waving all around the place, and I thought, what's going on, man? This is really weird. Anyway, thought nothing of it, went back to sleep. Woke up about an hour later, and for some reason there's all this gurgling going on in the bathroom, and what's happening is there's all this water, and it's coming up through the pipes and through the toilet, and the water's coming out into the bathroom. I'm thinking, well, this is really strange. I mean, it's a cheap hotel, so you know, plumbing problems happen. Didn't think any more of it. Said goodbye to the girl, and I started walking just along here. And it was at that time I had not a smartphone. This was before the iPhone and all smartphones were invented. I had a feature phone, and I remember I subscribed to a text messaging service from CNN, and it was a breaking news text, and I got it, and it said that there'd been a massive earthquake in Indonesia, and it was something ridiculous, like about 9 on the Richter scale. I can't remember, but it was really, really big, and it was huge. And I remember looking at some of the bars along here, and they had BBC News and CNN on, and it was also reporting of this massive earthquake. I looked at the time that the earthquake happened, and it was at the exact time that I remember looking at my phone when I was upstairs, when I could feel the vibrations and the fan was going around everywhere. And what that was the vibrations from the earthquake that set off the Southeast Asian tsunami of 2004. It was then Boxing Day. So I was walking down here when I got the text, and then 2 or 3 hours later, I remember I was on Hua Hin beach. I was getting text messages and phone calls from everybody saying, Phil, are you okay? Where are you? Are you safe? I didn't understand. I then came back here and saw the extent of what had happened about the earthquake and the subsequent tsunami. Of course, that was the first time that I'd ever heard the word tsunami. We always called it a tidal wave when I was a kid. I think tsunami is a Japanese term. But anyway, the tsunami happened. I was right there when it struck. How many thousands of miles away from Indonesia, but I still felt it. And I heard about it, and I spent the whole holiday, my very first holiday, as a single guy in Hua Hin, reading about this, getting phone calls, getting emails from people. And I also remember there was a couple that came into this bar, and they had a young girl with them, and I think another couple of children as well. And they got talking like people get talking in bars, and they said, you know, what you've been doing? And they says, oh, they were in Phuket, and there was a tsunami. And they says, you see the little girl there? She's from England. She's the daughter of a friend of ours. Our friend and her husband went out on a boat early in the morning on the 26th, and are still not returned. And this was about 4 or 5 days later. And they didn't know what to tell the little girl. They just told the little girl that mum and dad had gone for a trip or whatever. And the little girl was playing just around here. Many times I've been thinking, what happened to that little girl? Both her parents would have perished in a tsunami. Hey, Phuket and all the other countries affected by the tsunami have recovered very well. If you remember, when we were in Phuket, we saw a lot of signs that were all around there saying about what to do in an emergency during a tsunami alarm. So please, it's okay and safe to come to Thailand on holiday. If that happens again, the Thais are very prepared. I'd really like to go and have a walk over here. Let's have some good news for a change. Come on. Can't believe we're actually found the world famous Paradise Bar, but we're sitting in it right now, and this bar has so many memories for me. And one thing I do remember is this wall didn't used to be here. At the top you can see it's been breeze blocked up, but this wall definitely wasn't here, because I used to stay, my very first time I came to Hua Hin, I stayed in the bar next door. It's called the London Bar. In fact, it's still called the London Bar, and it's been refurbished and looks very nice. But at the time it was a very predominantly wooden building, and it was run by a guy called Widge, who had a guy with a very strong London accent, but he was actually sort of Indian looking, and he ran next door. Gotta be honest, a little bit of an alcoholic, but a very entertaining guy. And I do remember I was here on Christmas Day 2004, and I was sitting in the bar, and all of a sudden there was a bit of a commotion, and in came a dog, one of the soy dogs here in Hua Hin, and he had not just an offering from a spirit house, but a whole spirit house in his jaw. He'd picked up the spirit house and had dragged it into the London Bar, I do remember. And there was fruit and bottles of red Fanta going everywhere, and it was very funny. I just arrived here in Hua Hin that day on Christmas Day 2004, and I had a great time. And as I said, the bar here next door, the Paradise Bar, there was a girl I remember sitting right here and looking at her for every day, looking at her. She looked very nice. She was about 20, 21, 22 years old then. Bear in mind we're talking 18, 19 years ago. And anyway, over the course of that holiday and over several holidays, I got to know that girl very well. As I say, her name was Ning, and I went to work eventually 2005 in Pattaya. You've seen the video of me, my first day walking down Walking Street, and I went to work at a place called Electric Blue, which originally was right by where iBar is right now. And I went to work there, and then the first week, for some unknown reason, this was before smartphones, I got a text message from Ning, and she goes, "Oh, where are you? Are you in England?" I says, "No, I'm in Pattaya. I've come to work." "Oh, can I come and see you, please? I haven't seen you for a while." And she came to see me. I met her. She got the bus down to Pattaya, and she was with me literally for the next 2 or 3 years. And in fact, the first time I lived in Thailand and worked in Thailand, she was the girl that I stayed with, or rather the girl that stayed with me. Very young, attractive, very dark skinned, fantastic girl, and looked after me very well. In fact, before the days of the slasher, I do remember when I was going home, I don't know if you can see it, there's a scar on my on my hand. She made that scar with a knife, because yes, I've got a thing about women and knives, because she didn't want me to go home. But anyway, that's the story. So I hope you've enjoyed my little trip to Hua Hin. As you can see, night time is approaching. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, stick around, because we've got some more videos all about nightlife. Not really in Hua Hin, but in Pattaya. If you don't know me, my name's Phil, and I'm the boss of Le Pub in Pattaya. But for me here, so I've been to Bars In Hua Hin. See you soon. Bye-bye.